to support not just the Kenya Coast Guard, but also many other agencies, including the Kenya Ports Authority and all the other agencies around the port of Mombasa and beyond. Both the Kenya Coast Guard and the Navy protect our coastline, combat illegal activities, secure our maritime resources, and safeguard our sea lanes of communication, trade, and business. Their collaboration exemplifies the spirit of multi-agency synergy and the whole-of-government approach that is essential for our national security. I am happy that in our midst are former commanders of the Kenya Navy, men and women who have demonstrated exemplary leadership, demonstrated courage, and have been part of the 60 years of what our Navy has achieved. It wouldn't have been possible without the leadership, without the support, and without the input of the former leaders of the Kenya Navy, the former commanders of the Kenya Navy. In our midst, I think we have two great gentlemen who eventually became our CDFs in Kenya. We have General Kibwana in our midst. Can we give him a round of applause? Congratulations, General, for your commitment. As a nation, we are grateful for your contribution. In our midst also, we have General Mwatete. Again, General, congratulations. Thank you very much for your contribution. We are grateful for your participation in making this institution great. We wouldn't be here to write these 60 years of history without your contribution. And to all the other generals and leaders who became part of the Kenya Navy, my gratitude to you as Commander-in-Chief that you have made a contribution to what we celebrate today as a service, a Kenya Navy service that stands out as a professional entity that delivers for our nation. As we celebrate the 60th anniversary, we must also look towards the future. In this respect, our strategic vision for the next 60 years is clear. We must continue enhancing our naval capabilities, embracing innovation, and strengthening our partnerships. It is also imperative for us to invest in advanced technologies, modernize our fleet, and escalate the skills and operational capacity of our men and women in our Kenyan Navy. Our singular focus will be on maintaining a high state of readiness to ensure that we can respond swiftly and effectively to an increasingly dynamic security environment that we live in. And in the last 2 months, I have been in discussion with the leadership of the Ministry of Defense and CDF and his team on how we can modernize the capabilities that exist in our military. And I am very confident that having stabilized the economy of our country, having done the primary things that we all needed to do to make sure that we take charge of the cost of living, to make sure that we reduce our inflation, to make sure that we stabilize our currency, and to make sure that we deal with our exchange rates. And now that our housing plan is on course and our universal health coverage is on course, I can now confirm that we are ready and in a place where we can deploy resources in the modernization of not just our police, but much more importantly, our military, because progress going forward development going forward is going to be anchored on peace, security, and stability, without which all other endeavors of our nation will be in jeopardy. And therefore, the discussions I have had with the leadership of the Ministry of Defense are on course. And if there is one, in fact, there is only one advice I got from the Commander-in-Chief that came before me. And he asked me, when resources become available, modernize our security agencies. And I intend to do that. As a force, we would not have reached this proud milestone without the sacrifice, the vision, and hard work of those who served before us. I join you in paying homage to our fallen heroes who paid the ultimate price for the peace, the tranquility, and the stability we enjoy today. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the men and women of the Kenya Navy, both serving and retired. I honor your dedication, bravery, sacrifice, for which it forms the bedrock of our success today. The Kenyan nation thanks you for your patriotic service. As we celebrate this historic milestone, let us reaffirm our commitment to uphold the highest standards of professionalism, integrity, and excellence. By working together as one team, we will overcome any challenge, transcend every obstacle, navigate the uncertainties of the future, and continue to make the Kenyan Navy a source of pride for our nation as we do the entire security architecture of our country. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, it is really a proud moment for all of us who are here. And as I said in my statement, we've not just come here to reflect on the passage of time. We are celebrating real, tangible achievements and real progress that has been achieved over the years, contributed by many who may not be here today, who came before us. Their contribution is what we stand on today, is the progress that informs the moment we are in. And I am truly proud that I am part of this celebration of 6 years of the progress of this great institution. I want to commit that you have my unqualified support as we go into the future. The Kenya Navy, you have also produced our current CDF, General Kahari. And you heard him say he went to nursery school in this compound. Many years back. And so it's a very proud moment for all of us that the Kenya Navy has been part and parcel of the progress of our nation. I want to ask the officers, the men and women who are in the Kenya Navy, not to lower the standard, to keep the standards high. We want to celebrate the coming years better, to be able to say we have made much more progress than where we were when we celebrated the 60th anniversary. And we will support you. We will work with you. The government of Kenya will be behind you to make sure that we achieve this as we build the institutions that support the progress of our nation. All of us, as the people of Kenya, have a duty and a responsibility to our nation. Whatever contribution you can make to making Kenya great, do not spare a moment to do it. I want to tell you that Kenya is going to succeed in a very big way. We must believe in ourselves. We must believe in our nation. I encourage all of us. We do not have a spare nation. This is our moment to make our contribution to making Kenya great. And we must believe in ourselves and believe in our nation. Finally, let me thank the people of Coast Province and families of the Kenya Navy officers and personnel for the warm welcome that we have received in this compound. I know in our midst we have many leaders. Let me ask, I know we have the chair of the parliamentary committee here on matters defense and other members of parliament. Can you rise up? We recognize you. These are the people, men and women who support us. Let me introduce them. This gentleman is called Bernard. He's a member of parliament from Kakamega. Pigeni makofi. We have Rehab Mukami from Nyeri. We have Ali from Tana River. We have Chematia from Baringo. We have Fatuma from Isiolo. We have Moses Kirima from Meru. We have my good friend from Undanyi, and the chair, Mr. Koech from Kericho. Mbogwa, Senator Mbogwa, a member of the Senate, is a nominated member of parliament. And of course, the member of parliament for this area, Mishimboko. Let me also recognize our two governors. Governor Abdul Samad of Mombasa, Geni Makofi Sana, is the governor of this area. And then we have Fatuma Achani, our governor from Kwale. And of course, we have PSS and CSS. They are very good people, and they are part of my support team. I have Mr. Mbadi here, who is the CS for Treasury. Whenever you see him around, know that money will not be a problem. And then we have Salim Buria, who is our Minister for Trade. And then I have Margaret Nyambura there, Ndungu, who is Minister for ICT. And then we have the PSS around, Raymond Omolo here, and Patrick Mariro there. They are also very good people. And we are all part of one team, which is important for us to forge unity as we go into the future. And so with these many remarks, let me, to all of you, wish you a Merry Christmas and a blessed 2025. Asanteni sana. God bless our Kenya Navy. God bless our Kenya Defense Forces. And God bless our great country, Kenya. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais. Mheshimiwa Rais, umewadia wakati wa sherehe za machweo ya jua, beating of the retreat by the Kenya Navy Band. Na kwa heshima na ruhusa yako Mheshimiwa Rais, tuweze kuketi tafadhali. Bandmaster, iwapo uko tayari, uwanja ni wako. mkurugenzi wa muziki Jeshi la Wanamaji, Captain Simon Mwanganda akiweza kuchukua nafasi yake rasmi tayari kutekeleza wajibu wake alasiri ya leo. Kwa heshima Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba sote tusimame kwa wimbo wa Injili, wimbo wa kushusha bendera, wimbo wetu wa taifa na wimbo wa Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki. mwelekezi wa bendi hii ya Jeshi la Wanamaji akija kumwomba Mheshimiwa Rais idhini ya kuondoa bendi hizi. Asanteni kwa heshima, tunaweza kuketi Mheshimiwa Rais. Anaondoka hivi sasa mkurugenzi wa muziki Jeshi la Wanamaji baada ya kutekeleza majukumu yake siku ya leo. Mheshimiwa Rais, nitaweza kumwalika Meja Jamal aweze kutupa itifaki ya kuweza kufumukana mahali hapa. Welcome sir.
Your Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, as we look back on the 60 years of service, we also look forward to a future of continued excellence and dedication. We will continue to protect and serve our nation with honor and pride. Your Excellency, sir, the next session will be tree planting, followed by the photo session. Sir, for the tree planting and to commemorate this day, the Kenya Navy has been planting 60 trees every day for the last 60 days in honor of the Kenya Navy heroes and heroines, its families, and the community. This morning, Your Excellency, 59 of our dignitaries have already planted 59 trees, awaiting the crowning moment, which is you planting your tree. Sir, for the photo session, we will be having 5 exposures. For those who will be sitting, you will be joined, Your Excellency, with the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Speaker of the Senate, the CS, Ministry of Defense, and other CSs, the Chief of Defense Forces, the PS, Ministry of Defense, the Vice Chief of Defense Forces, service commanders, and the Vice Chancellor of the National Defense University, Kenya. Those are the ones who will be seated. Sir, for the exposure, the first exposure, and this will be on standing position, will be generals from our friendly and allied countries. For the second exposure will be retired Navy generals and other retired generals. For the third exposure will be the Military Wives Association of Kenya members, led by the Chair Lady, Madam Grace Kahariri. Sir, for the fourth exposure will be serving generals. And lastly, for the fifth exposure will be formation commanders, that's the Kenya Navy formation commanders, as well as the principal staff officers of the Kenya Navy. The rest of us will proceed to the luncheon area as will be guided. The officers and the distinguished invited guests will proceed to the officers' wardroom. Service members and their families will proceed to the Sailors Club. Your Excellency, I now request you and the selected guests to proceed to the tree planting area and have a photo session thereafter. Your Excellency, sir.
Maybe you can mention, we just maintain our position so that what position?
Distinguished guests, I'd like us to maintain our position as the Excellency is saying hello to all the senior officers of the Kenya Defense Forces.